What's up, guys? Today, of course, I'm going to be breaking down the medic rifle in Battlefield 1 called the Selbstlader M1916, and that's one hell of a tongue twister. There's three variants to this weapon. The factory, which allows for faster recoil or reset. The optical, which has the variant of a red dot sight and offers lower initial spread as well as lower overall spread increase when aiming down the sights. And the Marksman version, which offers a low magnification zoom between 2.5 to 4 times. You can go and customize that. And it also offers to reduce spread further when you're aiming down the sights with it. So it's a nice variant to have for medium to longer range encounters. Also of note, this weapon is not one of those ones where you need strip clips or single reload rounds, so you can reload it all at once. I'll discuss optimum strategies when using this weapon, as well as break down the numbers to give you a better understanding of the pros and cons, strengths and weaknesses. Well, sort of redundant there, but you get it. One thing of note too, all Selbstlader variants are basically the same in terms of basic stats, but they do differ in recoil behavior and overall spread increase-decrease, so I'll discuss that. You have to be anywhere between kit rank 1 and 3 for the medic class to unlock these variants, and my apologies for not knowing the exact order because I unlocked them all at once. And you'll have to spend at least 200 war bonds for each variant to unlock them. So hopefully this review, if you haven't unlocked them all, will allow you to save some war bonds by only buying, say, one of the variants instead of all of them if you really only want one. So let's get to the stats. To start, the Selbstlader is a semi-automatic rifle with a 224 round per minute fire rate, a very high 800 meters per second bullet velocity associated with it, a 12 meters per second squared gravitational constant, meaning you will suffer from substantial bullet drop over longer ranges, but again, only the crack shots are going to be shooting at snipers from 200 or like 150 plus. It's not a huge deal. The magazine size is 26, which is by far one of the better ones of the medic class variants. And you can add a bayonet, but according to DICE it says it will negatively affect the recoil of the weapon and how fast you can raise your weapon from a fire-ready position. But I've seen some reports saying that this isn't currently the case, and it's not true. Although, to be perfectly honest, I don't really use the bayonet anyway, and I fully expect DICE to address it if it's not actually the case. The damage chart states that it has a base damage of 40 up to 25 meters away, and then it drops down to 35 damage at 50 meters, and then stays at 35 damage from 50 meters on. For Battlefield 1, damage multipliers are 1.7 times for headshots, 1 times for upper body shots, and 0.96 for lower body, arms, and legs. In general, though, it makes the Selbstlader a 3-shot body shot weapon and a 2-shot kill weapon if one of those bullets hits the guy's head. Interesting of note, good damage model. In terms of recoil, though, strangely, all three variants of the Selbstlader M1916 are basically the exact same. In terms of vertical recoil, they offer 1 degree of vertical recoil, and in terms of horizontal recoil, they offer 0.3 degrees both left and right, and that's for all three variants. Note too, there's no preference for one side, so it won't deviate to the left or to the right. It will just stay up and down, which is what you want. It's what I want anyway in a weapon. Also of note too, the factory variant has better recoil decrease as expected because that comes with the factory variant. So recoil recovery between shots will be faster, something of note. Of course, that's not the full story though, because we'll break down spread. The factory variant has 0.18 degrees of spread when aiming down sights and not moving, and 1.02 degrees of spread when aiming down sights and moving around. The Marksman variant has 0.12 degrees of spread when aiming down sights and not moving, so it's lower, and was 1.02 degrees of spread when aiming down sights and moving. Lastly, the optical variant has 0.135 degrees of spread when aiming down sights and not moving, and 0.765 degrees of spread when aiming down sights and moving. So basically what this means is that the factory variant will have the worst overall spread increase per shot, but because it's the factory variant, it also means it has the best spread decrease. So firing the weapon slower is actually most beneficial because it'll make up for not only the base recoil but also the spread increase. If you're looking for the least overall spread in your shots, the optical variant will have not only the least overall, but it'll also have the least overall while moving. The factory variant will have the most overall and most when not moving, and the Marksman variant will have the least while stationary. So that breaks down spread. In terms of reload speed, because you don't have to worry about it basically being a self-loading weapon, when reloading from empty, it will take 3.47 seconds and 2.37 seconds with a round left in the chamber. That's for the Optical and the factory. It's slightly faster with the Marksman version because it's 3.4 seconds empty and 2.3 seconds non-empty. So what ranges and situations does this weapon excel? Obviously, like I said previously, it depends on the variant, but all of them are going to excel at medium range, which I'd put it about anywhere between, say, like 25 to 60 meters, maybe a bit more. But the Optical and Marksman variants, because of the decreased spread and better optics, may actually excel, depending, of course, on your skill level, from anywhere between 60 to even maybe 100 meters out. Depends on your skill. I like the Optical variant best in medium to closer range, though, because I'm quite used to red dot sights from all sorts of other FPS games. So the big question, what's my rating and would I use it often? No surprise, it's one of the absolute best medic weapons in the game statistically, and that's neglecting like personal feel and subjectivity in it. But I'd probably rate it no less than 9 to 9.5 out of 10 as it is. It may get nerfed in the future, I'm not sure. Besides the nitpicky slow fire rate compared to other medic weapons, there's little to dislike about this thing. It will not be the most useful weapon for close range encounters, especially surprise hip fire encounters, so don't get yourself into those. But if you keep your distance, especially if you stay more stationary and like pick your moments, 2 and 3 shot guys down the stretch, you can mow down an entire server. Other than that nitpicky slow fire rate, a strong bullet velocity, damage model, magazine size, and easily managed recoil give you a fighting threat against nearly all infantry encounters. Just stay out of short range. If you guys liked the video, leave a like, share, subscribe. Peace. Have a good one, YouTube.